Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Goshen College Soccer Complex. It's me, Nathan Anderson, again on the call tonight with my good friend Theo Twitchell doing the colour for me tonight. We have Midwest Premier League action between Goshen City FC and the Holland Strike Rovers tonight. Theo, how are you looking forward to this game?
I think it's going to be a great game. Both these teams coming off a win in their last games. Goshen City FC sitting top of the table right now as they won 3-1, so a +2 goal difference.
Yep.
The Holland Strike Rovers coming off a 1-0 win, so they've got a goal difference of obviously +1. So it should be a close matchup.
Absolutely, yeah. You mentioned to me before as well, this is actually the second week in a row that Goshen is playing a team from Holland. So they're going to be looking to go 2 for 2 over the Holland teams in the league tonight. On that note, here are the starters for Goshen City FC tonight. Number 1, Wider plays in goal. Number 15, Zimba. Number 21, Saldava. Number 13, Sanchez. Number 23, Cruz. Number 6, Gonzalez Martinez. Number 14, Garcia. Number 18, Region. Number 19, Murillo. And number 7, rounding out the lineup, it's Ortiz.
And your starters for the Holland Strike Rovers: number 1, Bradshaw Ullman. Number 4, Isaac Fernandez. Number 5, Jake Lyon. Number 7, Daniel Ariano. Number 13, Alan Alcala. Number 14, Seth Walters. Ollie Olson wearing number 17. Number 23, Gavin Hardy. Number 25, Cole Pauly. Number 28, Vaughn Klein. And number 33, Reese Brown.
So those are your starters for tonight's game. The second match week in the Midwest Premier League. Conditions tonight, it's a little bit overcast here at Goshen College. It's, conditions could probably be better, but you don't want to be playing in too much heat. So it's probably ideal for the players out there.
Absolutely.
A few new faces in the Goshen team tonight compared to 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, where we had the cup match here. You'll remember, unfortunately, Goshen going down on penalties in that match after a very hotly contested match. Really was truly unfortunate result for them. But new players, Zimba coming into the side. There's number 15. He'll be playing at the back tonight. People who usually seem to be on the starting team but have found their way on the bench tonight. We've got Gruber. We've got Stephen Bandy on the bench, number 20. He's usually a standout player. Interesting to see that Coach Tyler Bourne not choosing to start him tonight. As well as Tim Vilkening. He usually plays centre back for Goshen, but he's going to be starting on the bench this evening, and he's going to bring the intensity coming off the bench.
You mentioned the conditions earlier. It really is beautiful for soccer, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Say it's not too bright. The nice overcast gives it to where there's no real advantage with the sun. The wind is calm, so it's not super windy. And the temperatures, it's not too cold, but it's not blistering.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of just in that moderate area where you like it for soccer. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with action from this Midwest Premier League game as Goshen takes on the Holland Rovers. Ladies and gentlemen, we are underway in the Midwest Premier League. Immediate long ball being played over the top by the Rovers, but it's cleaned up by Zimba at the back there. It's Garcia now finding himself on the ball, and he looks down the line. Laranjo tries to run into it. A little bit of a shirt tug there. Assistant is going to flag immediately. No nonsense from the referee straight off the bat. Good ball there from Garcia, trying to find João Laranjo, obviously Goshen's goal scorer in that cup game the other night, and it's going to be the Rovers with the ball. It's going to find itself back to Ullman in goal, spreading the play out to the right side. That's going to be number 23 playing the long ball in behind. That's Hardy with the ball in behind. Unfortunately, does only find the touchline. It's going to be a Goshen throw on the far side.
Fast start for the Rovers, looking for the long ball right off the bat, both possessions.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking like they're going to be going a little bit more direct. Zimba finding himself with the ball again, spreading the play wide. That's Ortiz finding himself on the ball now. Dribbles past a couple players. Great skill. And finding Gonzalez Martinez in the center of the field. Trips over his feet a little bit there, but is able to find Flavio Cruz, the captain for Goshen tonight, I should add. Ball played back to the goalkeeper. That's Vida. And he's immediately going to be looking for Zimba on the far side. Great little interlinks of play there for Goshen. Going to come back to the keeper again now. The Rovers trying to set up pretty high, you'd say. They're trying to look for a press early. And it's Gonzalez Martinez finding himself on the ball again. Finding a great ball out wide, but it's cut out by Hardy. That's well done from him. And a great ball through the center. Laranjo.
Offsides.
It's close, but absolutely right. Offside. Good little through ball from Goshen, just not quite what they were looking for in the end.
Seemingly opposite play styles as we start the game here. The Rovers looking for the quick long ball and high press, while Goshen opt to sit back, pass around the back, look for an incisive pass.
Yeah, they like to sit off more, wait for the opposition to make the mistake. And as I say that, Hardy kicks it straight into Laranjo, but it's able to be cleared. There's number 5, Jake Lyon at the back for the Rovers, doing a good job keeping their defensive line nice and safe. Vida finds himself on the ball again. Goshen goalkeeper. Plenty of time, not really being put under too much pressure by Holland at this point. Does find Flavio Cruz. Cruz looking for Gonzalez Martinez, it looked like in the middle, but he's opting to play it out wide. A little bit of pressure being put on by the Strike Rovers now, but a great decision by Cruz is going to find Zimba with the ball. Taking a bit of space here, Zimba. Tries to find Gonzalez Martinez in the center of the field, but actually gives it away. That's great play by the Rovers. Finding himself on the ball now, that's number 17, Olsen. Good little intricate play here between the Holland players. And it's going to be a throw-in. Out off Gonzalez Martinez is the call. And Holland, they keep pushing down this flank. Zimbo puts in a lovely challenge. Garcia's the closest defender here. Dribbling at him, it's Alcala. Great skill. Beats 2 players. Edge of the box. Gonzalez Martinez does manage to get a foot in. But Holland's still coming out with the ball. It's going to be a corner kick for the Rovers.
Looking for the cutback. He got caught up inside, turned back to the end line there, but wasn't able to get the cross off. Looking for, I think, what their right winger was on the back post.
Yeah, definitely looking for that back post player. Unfortunately, not able to find him. It's going to be a Holland corner now on that far left side. Headed out. Only to the edge of the box, though. Shot comes in, blocked by Zimba. It's going to come all the way back to Fernandez at the back. Garcia putting pressure on. It's going to come all the way back, almost to the Holland 18-yard box. That's Ullman on the ball, finding Al-Sala. Garcia picks up that header coming in from behind, but unfortunately not really able to convert. He's offside. Second offside call of the game. Goshen going to have to start watching that line a little bit more. But certainly they're looking to take advantage of the higher position of the center backs.
Yeah, the Rovers seem to be taking a high line
Well put out.
to try to maintain that high press up the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Goshen now recovering the ball, just looking to reset the play, maybe change the point of attack. It's Zimba on the ball again, finding Garcia this time. Time for Garcia. Pass inside, and it's going to come back to Zimba. Saldivar on the ball now. Finding a pass out to Ortiz. Ortiz, great skill, holds off a couple of players. He's going to look to find a pass now, look to connect. He manages to do so. It's Bridgion. Goshen spreading the ball all the way to that left side. Little fake shot. Nice dribbling there. Bridgion finds himself on the ball again. It's Gonzalez Martinez. And Bridgion trying to find Laranjo. Defender gets in front though. However, Laranjo, he's found the ball at his feet. Shot comes in. It's just over the bar. But that's the first shot of the game. Really the first kind of even half chance of the game coming in there for Laranjo. We know he can finish those based on what we saw last week. And he almost does so there, just flies over the bar.
Yeah, he had some space on that right side there, but he had 2 or 3 defenders closing in on his left shoulder.
So it's going to be a Holland goal kick. It's Ullman to take that goal kick. Ball comes in, going up towards halfway. Great header though. Laranjo finds himself on the ball again. He's going to try to find Ricardo Garcia, but can only find Gonzalez Martinez. Driving down the flank now. That's Ortiz. Garcia now on the ball. Looking inside. Finds Sanchez, but he gives the ball away. It's a quick break. It's Seth Walters on the ball. But Garcia recovers and makes the tackle.
Rovers calling for a foul there, but ref says no.
Garcia manages to keep the ball and does find Vida at the back. Goshen going to look to play out of trouble here. It's Flavio Cruz. Does look a bit longer. That's a lovely ball. However, Hardy managed to sweep up, but all he can get is a throw-in, being put under pressure by Murillo. Actually, going to be a Goshen throw, and Bridgion to take that. Back to Cruz now. And it's Vida spreading the play once again over to this close side from where we're standing. Zimba finding Gonzalez Martinez now. Plenty of space to drive for him on this right side. Short pass to Ricardo Garcia on the inside. And a great long ball out played by Saldivar. He's going to find number 19, that's Murillo on the far side, who plays it back to Bridgion. Bridgion cross comes in. Deflection, however. Deflected by Reese Brown from the Rovers. And it's Bridgion now. Finds his way back to Flavio Cruz again. Goshen probing early in the game. Garcia now on the ball. Gonzalez Martinez, unfortunately, pass just a little bit misplaced. It's played straight into the hands of Olsen. Holland Rovers being put under a lot of pressure by Goshen here. However, that's a fantastic ball to find their way out, but it only finds the feet of Saldivar, and he plays it back to Vida. Goshen, bit of a chance to reset the play here.
They were looking for Alan Alcala on the wing there, maybe for a run down the corner for a cross in, but just too far in front of him. I don't think he had his feet set ready for a run yet.
Yeah, just not quite what they were looking for. Great skill by Ortiz. He's released Garcia in behind. Bit more pace coming in, though, from Klein, and he mops it up at the back. Great ball. Great skill, you've got to say, from Ortiz. And it's going to result in a Goshen throw. Ortiz himself coming over to take that one as Garcia walks back towards the center. Finds Bridgion off the throw. A lot of pressure being put on, but really well dealt with by Sanchez. The cross comes in just over the head of Laranjo. Looks like that one's actually going to dribble. Oh, nope. It's going to be a goal kick. Looked like that one was going to dribble out for a corner there. Sorry, a throw-in. Fumbling over my words, but it's actually going to be a goal kick. That's Ullman once again to take that.
It was a close call, so close that it actually hit the flag down there.
Yeah, exactly. Hit the flag, bounced off it just to the right. The wrong side as far as Goshen would be concerned. Long ball coming in. It's actually going to be a Goshen throw. A little bit of contact there, but not enough for the referee to call a foul. And it's Zimba. Going to play it back. That's Vida again. Plays it inside to Saldivar. Bridgion now. And back to Cruz. A lot of pressure being put on by the Rovers at this stage. Vida, he's going to look a bit longer here, trying to find the feet of Ortiz, but actually he just finds a Holland player. That's Olsen playing it back to Lyon, who looks long over the top. Lovely touch there. That's Fernandez, Isaac Fernandez on the ball on that far side, but he can't do anything with it. It's going to come to Bridgion, but a fantastic tackle, you've got to say. However, Goshen, they managed to retain possession. They managed to spread the play. They managed to find the space. It's Ortiz on the ball now, finding Garcia. This is where Goshen can be dangerous on the break. The ball in front. He's looking for Laranjo. but it's really well cut out. That's Jake Lyon again doing an incredible job defensively at the back. Comes to Hardy now as they spread the play wide. That's going to be Fernandez again on the ball, and he manages to find his midfielder. That's fumbling over my words again. Sorry, that's Ariano on the ball now. Gonzalez Martinez putting under a lot of pressure though. Gonna find Garcia now. Gonzalez Martinez, bit of a 50-50. Does go the way of the direction of the Goshen goal, but unfortunately not able to keep the ball there. It's going to be Ortiz to come over and take this throw. Finds Saldivar. Bit of time. Opts to go back to Zimba, and he finds Ortiz once again. Garcia, he's probing on this right side. Ball goes into Bridgion. Gonzalez Martinez. Finding feet. Shot comes in. Great save. Oh, and it falls to Lorano, but it just over the bar. Can't quite make it work. Sanchez with a fantastic play there, getting the shot and forcing the save out of Ullman, and just not quite able to convert Lorano. That's the second chance of the game. You've got to say there's probably more coming, but really that was on a plate for him.
Absolutely. That's a chance he'll wish he could have back. Wide open net as the keeper. Bradshaw Ullman was still trying to get up off the floor after making that great save on the initial shot.
Yeah, I mean, really, if it's on target there, you've got to say it probably goes in.
Absolutely.
But here come Goshen again. Laranjo finds himself on the ball again, plays it to Murillo. Flavio Cruz doing a fantastic job sending the defender the wrong way. And it's Zimba. He's going to find the pass out to Ortiz. This has been a great connection so far this game. You've got to say only 11 minutes gone, but this right side has been working wonders for Goshen. Great turn in there by Saldivar, and he finds Gonzalez Martinez over to the far side. But another offside call. Just offside there again. That's going to be the third offside of the game for Goshen in only 12 minutes. And already we're going to see a substitution being made for the Holland Strict Rovers.
This is number 10, Ashton Arredondo, coming on
Substitution for Holland Strike Rovers in the 13th minute.
That is number 13 coming off, Alan Alcala.
Replacing number 13, Alan Alcala.
Going to have another restart here. It's going to be Hardy on the free kick. About in the halfway point of the Holland half. He kicks it long. But again, all we can find is the touchline. And
that's
it's
3 times.
Yeah, 3 times in a row. It's going to be Cruz. Oh, no, it's not actually. Cruz receives the ball off the throw-in. Looking inside, Bridgion under pressure from 3 players from Holland, but does a great job to find Zimba now. And it's Ortiz on this right side. Looking to try and combine with Sanchez. Can't quite get the ball back, but Goshen do retain possession.
They love that press break, passing back to Zimba and then over.
Yeah, absolutely.
To just switch the field of play.
No,
Works
it's
well.
Working wonders for them at the moment, you've got to say. Bridgion now on the ball again. Bridgion, Saldivar, Ortiz seeing a lot of play in these early minutes as Ortiz and Saldivar do combine. As I say that, it's Zimba. Had Garcia, but opts to go back to Saldivar again. And he in turn finds Ortiz. Gonzalez Martinez now on the ball. Zimba. Goshen, great period of possession here for them. Not really making too much headway into the opposition half at this stage, but they're kind of just camping out now. And Ortiz, now he looks to break with a bit of pace. Garcia now on the ball. Cross comes in from Garcia. He's looking for Loreno at the back post. It's saved by Ullman. That's an unbelievable save by the Holland keeper. Lorenzo, you can see him shaking his head on that far side. He thought he was in. Fantastic cross by Garcia as well.
Complete reactionary save.
Absolutely. Goshen earning themselves a corner kick off of that. It's going to be Ricardo Garcia. That's number 14 on the far side of the field to take that free kick. Oh, take that corner kick, sorry.
And you really couldn't have had a better delivery there on that cross.
Yeah, no, not at all. And he'll be looking to recreate the exact same thing off of this corner kick.
Absolutely.
A bunch of orange shirts in the box. Cross comes from Garcia. A little bit loopy, a little bit higher. Header goes up, though. It's Zimba at the back post. A lot of pressure coming in onto Ullman from Bridgion there, but in the end comes to nothing. And Ullman launches it long. It's going to be Ortiz. Touch wasn't quite what he desired, but got it under control in the end. Zimba now finds Sanchez. Zimba again on the ball. You got to say, really calm from him there, under a lot of pressure from Ariano.
And he did well to get back after having that shot attempt.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the corner kick.
He had the header in the box and then managed to get all the way back for that defense. So that work rate from Zimba is going to be something Coach Tyler Bourne appreciates very much, I must say. Soldivar on the ball again. Finds a great ball through to Bridgion. Flag is down still, despite calls from the Rovers for offside. Unfortunately, just that pass not quite getting where it wants to be. Hardy under a lot of pressure, however. That's 19. It's Murillo putting him under pressure. Bridgion, the shot comes in. And again, Ullman called upon. A lot simpler this time, you've got to say.
Yes.
But well done from him again. Not to spill that ball. Retaining it in his hands. Holland just trying to reset now. Kind of a bit of a scrappy part of the game for them the last few minutes. They're just going to be looking to reset. They do launch the ball long. Murillo goes up to challenge. It's Arredondo on that far side, the recent substitute. It is going to be a Holland throw-in, but Arredondo himself can't get anything done off of that header. Holland just trying to reset the play. Laranjo positioning himself in a really awkward spot for them. However, Arredondo, somehow the ball does make it through, but he is offside. Kind of a good look for the Rovers, really, trying to make something happen on that far side. Just unfortunately, timing of the run was just a little bit off. Really well done to even get that ball through, considering Laranjo's positioning, really cutting off that defensive pass to the centre back. And Goshen, they try to rebuild again through Gonzalez Martinez all the way back to Vida. And it's Cruz taking the ball up this left-hand side. Great ball over the top. It's Laranjo again and behind. He's being chased down by Lyon. And Lyon does a fantastic job winning the ball there. Laranjo comes back, but he's going to give away a foul. A bit of aggression. He's probably a little bit annoyed, honestly, that he didn't get a shot on goal due to that through ball. That was a fantastic pass through, but just not quite able to get their Lyon again, doing a wonderful job at the back.
And Laranjo's been asking for that long ball over the top or a through ball on the ground through, but I say that time wasn't able to win the physical battle there.
No, not quite, but the right idea from Goshen, you've got to say, and here come the Rovers on the far side. Fantastic skill to get the ball all the way down there, but unfortunately just comes to nothing.
Wasn't able to get his foot wrapped around it there or his hips turned.
Yeah, got to shout out Reese Brown there. Didn't manage to catch it on the call as it was happening, but it spun through two Goshen players on the attack there. It was fantastic skill. As Goshen now, they're going to look to rebuild the play. It's Vida. Cruz receiving the ball on this left-hand side. He's going to find Murillo. A lot of pressure being put on by the Holland players. Vida a long way from his goal. A lot of pressure being put on. However, he does manage to find a Goshen shot. That's a wonderful ball. Bridgion goes down under the tackle. Referee does call a free kick. Goshen's way.
You mentioned that press. The Rovers trying to cut off one side of the field. Once they force it to a corner, they're trying to trap them in that corner. But Goshen finding a way out every time.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of dealing with that press at the moment. Vida plays it to Zimba on this close right side from where we're watching. Bridgion again looking for the ball in behind. Lyon misses it this time. However, Hardy does manage to clean it up. Ball goes over the top of Zimba. But it's going to be Soldivar now on the ball. And he finds Vida again. Goshen not afraid to use the goalkeeper to play through. A lot of pressure being put on by Ariano again onto Soldivar. And now him again getting closer and closer to Vida. Long ball, trying to find Sanchez. But again, it's intercepted. Walters finds Brown in the pocket. Plenty of time. Brown looks for the pass. He does find Arredondo though. Zimba, fantastic header though from him. Laranjo trying to hold the ball up. However, Lyon again doing a great job. Really got to release the ball a bit earlier there. But Goshen, they're going to find themselves on the attack through Murillo. Great ball over the top. It's Laranjo again. He's in behind. Two defenders on him. He's all alone. Goshen trying to send players to support him now. And again, it's going to be Lyon that clears the ball. No further than Garcia though.
Lyon 1-on-4 there.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Laranjo, yeah, you just couldn't quite find the option that he was looking for. Goshen, they really need to send players a little bit quicker towards him. but just unfortunately not able to do so. Going to be a free kick now for the Rovers. Pretty deep inside their own half.
Rovers coach Zach Reardon having a word with Ollie Olsen. Maybe some tactical change coming through, or just a little note on some of his defending. Yeah,
no, definitely a good spot there. Holland Rovers on the attack again. Doing a great job defensively, though, is Mario. It's going to be a Goshen throw on that far side. It's Cruz on the ball now. Fortunate deflection off Arredondo, and it's going to result in a goal kick for Goshen. Tyler Bourne, the coach of Goshen, yelling on the sideline, trying to get them to calm it down just a little bit, I think. Vida on the ball again here, under a lot of pressure. A ball falls to Arredondo. It's Ariano now on the ball, unfortunately not able to make it stick. Ball is cleared by Mario.
Scary moment there for Goshen.
Yeah, much closer than you'd like to say. We just praised them for being able to play through the press. Just weren't quite able to do so in the same manner they've been doing so the entire game. Long ball comes in from Holland. Unfortunately, the offside is going to be called against number 17. That's Ollie Olsen. Just not quite able to stick to that defensive line of Goshen, finding himself offside.
An excellent delivery, though, on that through ball over the top.
Yeah, I mean, it held up just perfectly. If it had been onside, really could have been in with a great opportunity. Zimba going long. However, it's Lyon on the ball. He's going to drive this time past Gonzalez Martinez. Feeds the ball through. It's Ariano. Can he make it? A lot of pressure coming in from Soldivar. However, Ariano, he's going to be offside.
Some great through balls coming through. I mean, we see those two in a row, one over the top, one on the ground there. Good drive by Lyon, but not able to time their runs right, or Goshen are taking a step up right before that ball is played to force that offsides call.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, either one of those is something that can be fixed, I think, by the Holland Rovers in their attack. I think if they just hold their run for a little bit longer, those through balls, they're dangerous. They can really create a good opportunity. So hold the run a little bit, and they might be able to create something. Soldivar does well with the header. Gonzalez Martinez and Bregion combining. Zimba going to be put under quite a lot of pressure here, but Garcia manages to come away with the ball. It's going to be intercepted by Holland, but Garcia going to be there with the throw in again. Gonzalez Martinez, man on his back, finds Garcia again. Bit of skill to get away from the defender. Actually going to result in a Holland throw in there. Looked like Goshen ball from where I was standing, but referee deems it otherwise. It's going to be Olsen to take that throw.
Just not able to keep it in. He tried to skill. He was put under a lot of pressure, almost trapped in the corner there, but tried a little flick over the defender's foot, but wasn't able to get through.
Yeah, unfortunate spot for Garcia there. It's Arredondo battling with Bregion for the ball now. Bregion does come away with it, but only finds the touchline. It's going to be another throw just a little bit further up for the Rovers. Olsen taking his time, finding Ariano. Olsen again on the ball now. Looks all the way back. That's number 25. It's Pauly spreading the play to Brown. Brown, another great piece of situational awareness to get away from Sanchez. Sanchez coming back, however, and fouling him. Bit too much contact there, and it's going to be a free kick in the favor of the Strike Rovers. In a pretty dangerous position, probably a little bit too far to shoot it, you'd say, but definitely close enough to put in a cross. They've got quite a few big players, the Rovers. We're looking at Hardy on the far side. We're looking at Pauly.
Yeah, Hardy getting deep over on that far side of the 18-yard box. Or, sorry, the 18-yard line, yeah.
It's going to be Brown to take this free kick. We've seen what he can do with the ball at his feet. What can he do off of this delivery? There's a wall of orange shirts, but there's also a wall of black shirts, and it's a good ball from Brown. Header comes in. Not quite what Arredondo wanted off that, unfortunately. And Vida, it's an easy collection for him. As Goshen, they're going to have a chance to restart the play through Cruz. Plenty of time finding Bregion. Murillo. Back to Cruz again. Goshen just building out from the back. Soldivar put under a bit of pressure, but again, he does fantastically. The situational awareness from both sixers so far this game, that's Soldivar and Brown, you've got to say, has been fantastic. Really just being super aware of who is around them, checking their shoulder multiple times before getting the ball, and being able to play away from trouble. In this far right-hand corner in the attacking half, bit of a scuffle going on, but it's going to be Goshen who come out with the throw-in in the end. It's going to be Murillo to take that. Cruz finding Murillo again. Great skill from him to get away from the defender. And looking to the far side, that's Ortiz making the run. Just couldn't quite get the ball across the field far enough. Ortiz gives him a little thumbs up. That's what he was looking for, just not quite the execution that they were after, Goshen.
Just sliced that over the top through ball there.
Yeah, not quite what he was looking for, but here come Holland again. Ullman, good kick, makes it over the halfway line. It's going to be a Goshen throw, however, coming off the head of one of the Rovers midfielders. It's Murillo to take the throw. Finds Cruz. Soldivar under pressure from two players, but does well again to find Zimba. Gonzalez Martinez now. And it's Ortiz. Good skill to keep the ball away from two players. However, it is going to be a Goshen throw. Gonzalez Martinez again. Back to Ortiz. Unfortunately, ball intercepted. That's Ariano looking for the through ball. That's Arredondo getting on his bike in behind. Arredondo facing up with Cruz. Doing well to keep the ball. No real headway being made, though. Ball cross does come in. However, it's well dealt with by Goshen. But Brown finds himself on the ball now. It's Ariano. Great skill to make it through the defender, but Zimba, absolutely no nonsense from him. Clears it out well and truly past the halfway line. And it's going to be a throw-in for Hardy on that far right-hand side if you're looking the way that Holland is attacking. Great play from them. It's going to be Lyon. Laranjo almost making it there. However, the pass not quite, was leaving a little bit to be desired. It's Laranjo again. The hold-up play not quite what he was looking for. Goshen, they earn the free kick, but they take it fast through Gonzalez Martinez. The ball has found its way out to Murillo on the far side. Goshen going to opt to reset a little bit. Soldivar on the ball now. Again, tricky feet from him, not able to be tackled. Murillo making the run, overlapping on the outside of Sanchez. However, the pass again from Goshen, just not quite finding feet. It's just that the little finishing touches on the play from Goshen, not quite there. They're retaining position nicely, though, as again they come forward through Garcia. Ortiz running at defenders like he has been all day so far. Gonzalez Martinez just can't quite get the ball under control. It's Walters to Brown now for the Rovers. Lyon, again, all the way back to Ullman. Ullman's pass leaving a little bit to be desired. It's Garcia. He's going to earn the throw-in for Goshen. Takes it quickly. That's Ortiz again on the ball. Skips away from one player. A lot of contact. No call from the referee, though. Now, call comes in a little bit late, but it is going to be a Goshen free kick. Laranjo signaling frantically for the ball to come in quickly, but it's Gonzalez Martinez and Garcia who stand over the ball.
I think it's wise here to take your time, set up, get bodies back forward. If Loreno wanted that, but realistically the cross was 1-on-5, you never count them out in those situations, but it's definitely a higher percentage play to get bodies forward.
Yeah, especially with the element of surprise, you never want to count them out, but definitely a higher statistical chance for Goshen now off of this free kick. It's Garcia. We saw him take a nice corner kick before, going to be looking for a similar quality delivery here. It is Garcia. Good ball. Unfortunately, doesn't make it past the first man. Gonzalez Martinez heads the ball down to Laranjo. Shot comes in from a mile away. Ullman, no worries with that one. No worries with that one at all.
No safety at all for him. He shoots whenever he has the ball near him.
Hey, we saw him score last week. It clearly works for him, just unfortunately not coming off so far tonight. Goshen again looking to build. Ortiz, he's had the run of this right side the entire half. Olsen really struggling to keep up with him. And Goshen they earn themselves a throw-in again.
Sorry, Goshen looking for just a little bit more polish in that attacking third. Not often finding that excellent last pass there. But
For sure.
the great build-up play all the way up until that last pass, and then it either gets cut out or just a little bit too long or too short.
Yeah, it's just that final ball, really, that is what's failing Goshen at the moment. Gonzalez Martinez on the ball. He does put a great ball in over the top for Ortiz. Laranjo making the run. Olsen and Ortiz colliding. A lot of contact. No foul given, though. Garcia tries to play a little flick in for Laranjo. Just doesn't quite come out. It's Brown going to hit the ball back out. But Saldivar manages to keep Goshen in the diving header from Brown as the ball goes. Oh, no, that's from Lyon, sorry. As the ball goes out for yet another Goshen corner. It's going to be Murillo making his way over to this close side to take that. Goshen, they're probing. They're trying to create as many opportunities as possible before halftime. Just over 30 minutes played now in the match.
Just a great effort plate there by Lyon there, laying full out and finding completely horizontal.
Ball comes in. Zimba unable to capitalize it. Sanchez on the shot. Ball is blocked again, though, and it's eventually cleared. Ariano is in a foot race with Ortiz, however. 2 more Holland players trying to break with him. 4 more Goshen players making their way back. It's a great ball. It's found Arredondo, but unfortunately, the ball hits his heel. It just goes slightly out of his path, and he just can't convert. But it was a fantastic ball. And Goshen, again, they have the chance to reset through Garcia. Gonzalez Martinez now.
Fantastic ball and fantastic run. I say he booked it all the way down the field.
Oh, yeah. 100% sprint power being put in from one end of the field to the other by Arredondo. Honestly got kind of unlucky where the ball fell. And Goshen building in the attacking half again now. It's Ortiz. Going at Brown. Brown standing his ground, however. Bridgion finds himself with a great ball, and behind it's Laranjo again, putting the ball wide of the post.
Another excellent through ball there.
Yeah, Bridgion, it's fantastic ball.
Yeah, but I say there's a lot of heavy contact on his left shoulder for Laranjo there.
Going to be some subs coming in for Goshen now.
33rd minute.
That's number 20 going on. That's Stephen Bandy.
Coming
Number 17 coming on. That's going to be Micah Wieland. And number 8 going on, Gonzalez Massa.
Stephen Bandy, replacing number 7.
Stephen Bandy, someone we know all too well here at the Goshen College Soccer Complex, obviously plays for Goshen College. Interesting to see he was left out of the starting 11 tonight. Very talented player, but obviously introduced pretty early on in the game, only 32 minutes gone. Gonzalez Martinez now. Unfortunately not able to find the ball through. It's going to fall to him again, however, as Goshen regained possession. And Cruz, however, ball cut out by Pauly. Does a good job there. However, the substitute, that's Gonzalez Massa, playing it to Gonzalez Martinez. We're going to get confused with these names quickly, but what a great ball. Bandy in behind. Can't quite make it. Ullman rushes out to make the save. But Bandy already showing that attacking run from fullback. Not afraid to make his way forward.
And Ullman had to make a decision there. Do I stay in the cage or do I go and fall on that ball before Bandy can get there?
Hey, ended up being the right decision in the end.
Yep.
Bandy coming away with the ball again. A lot of pressure being put on. Almost passes it straight to Ariano. But Zimba does a good job to just clean up the play. Saldivar now out to Cruz. Garcia, plenty of time and space for him on this close side. Gonzalez Martinez asking for the ball. Garcia just going to drive with it a bit further, though. Does eventually give the ball. Bandy now. Gonzalez Martinez again. 50-50 challenge. Wins out, however. Bridgion on the ball. Trying to drive through players. However, they win it back. It's Ariano. Great play by Walters to win the ball back. Ariano taking on Bandy now. Through ball comes in. It's looking for Arredondo. He just isn't quite going to make it in the box there, but still managed to keep the ball in play. However, the pass left a lot to be desired. Putting the Rovers on the back foot a little bit. It's Sanchez putting Hardy under pressure. And Goshen, they do win it back. Hardy returning the pressure, but Bridgion coming away with the ball. Garcia, not quite the pass he was looking for, I don't think, but finds the feet of Zimba all the same. And Goshen have another chance to reset. and build from the back.
Unfortunately for Zimba there, the Rovers not opting to, force that high pressure that they have been all game in that moment, or else he would have been in some trouble.
Yeah. Gonzalez Martinez on the ball. Driving towards the goal. Plenty of time and space. Stephen Bandy on this far side, or this close side I should say, whips the ball in, goes all the way across the face of goal and falls to Murillo on the far side. Goshen unable to convert. Bandy putting the ball in an incredibly dangerous position though. It's Bridgion. Gonzalez Massa now. Shot comes in. No worry for Ullman, however, in the net.
Nobody attacking that cross there from Bandy. I mean, if somebody goes to put a foot on it or a body part on that ball, they may have had a better chance. As, I mean, it went through everyone in the box.
Yeah, fantastic ball from Bandy. Just no one there to capitalize. However, Goshen again finding themselves on the attack. And again, finding themselves offside. Sanchez this time just slightly mistiming the run. That's the 5th time in the game so far. Goshen got to really keep an eye on that. It's improved as time has gone on, however, just not quite what they're looking for, and it's going to be a substitution now for the Holland Strike Rovers.
In the 37th minute.
Number 16 coming on, Zach Riceley.
Number 16, Zach Riceley replacing number 25.
He comes on for number 25, Cole Pauley. The Goshen outside fullback seeming to play more like wingbacks as they press high up the field with a high work rate to get back in time.
Yeah, they play this kind of fluid style where Garcia kind of just roams where he wants to, and the fullback does a lot of that attacking work on the outside. Bit of scrappy play in here from Goshen. Gonzalez Martinez is going to look to clean it up. Saldivar. First time we've really seen him put under enough pressure just to have to play that long ball, but Bandy, he's running in behind, trying to get onto it. Forced to use the goalkeeper there. That's Klein being forced to go all the way back to Ullman. However, the long ball again results in Goshen possession. The midfield of Goshen all combining in this little enclosed area on the right-hand side. Saldivar, Bridgion, and Gonzalez Martinez. Sanchez on the ball. Bit of a misplaced pass. Good communication, however, from Saldivar to deal with that. Sanchez, good skill to get away from the defender. There were a couple on him there. And Saldivar, bit of a loopy pass, however, does find the feet of Gonzalez Martinez. Bandy is close to him on this far side, but he opts for Zimba instead. Cruz. Goshen calmly building out from the back. Great turn from Gonzalez Massa. And he finds Murillo on this far side. He can drive all the way in. Ball comes in. However, it's Lyon doing a great job defensively again to deny Goshen.
It's that last pass in the attacking third. They just can't find the perfect ball through.
However, the Rovers, they might be able to do that. Good ball comes in. It's Arredondo finding the feet of Walters. Beating Gonzalez Martinez. Edge of the box coming in. That's Riesly. But Goshen, they have the chance to break again. Gonzalez Massa. Sanchez now. Sanchez opting to take it all the way. Shoots! Looked like it took a little bit of a deflection off Lyon there potentially. However, referee calling the goal kick, it looks like. Great skill from Sanchez. Just trying to create a little bit of separation between himself and the centre back.
Quick back and forth play. Chances at both ends, back to back to back. But
and I mean, you've got to say both teams kind of missing that final touch on the play. They both have a good chance there. Bandy getting nutmegged, but Goshen, they're able to recover the ball anyway. Doesn't matter. Gonzalez Martinez finds the ball all the way out. There's going to be Weiland on the far side. Saldivar on the ball.
And they'll slow it down. Take a breath.
Yeah, Goshen, no real need to rush. You've got to say they're on top in this game at the moment. They're going to be looking just to keep the play calm. Vida back to Zimba again. Inside for Garcia this time. And Bridgion. First time he's really found himself on this close side. Gonzalez Massa finds Bandy. Bandy, a great ball in, but really just no one there. Kind of probably a little bit misplaced in the end by Bandy. However, Cruz does come away with it. Goshen again having the chance to attack. It's Sanchez. Cleared again by Lyon. However, it's Bridgion it falls to. Going to be out to Wyland on that far side. Cruz now. Goshen, they're probing the edge of the area. There's a bunch of black shirts in the box. However, great skill to get around by Wyland. But it's just going to result in a goal kick for the Rovers. Unfortunately, just nothing, again, able to be created out of these attacks by Goshen. They're lining up in the box for it. However, Holland Rovers, as I just said before, they're managing to get an incredible amount of defenders back into that area to deny Goshen.
Yeah, Goshen City they stalled a little bit there, looking for that cross. But I mean, the Rovers were packed the box. They covered it well.
Yeah, for sure. Gonzalez Massa battling with Hardy here. Hardy getting the better of him, but slipping to stop the attack and only put it out for a throw-in Goshen's way, just inside their attacking half.
Yeah, he got himself into a bit of trouble there with his feet in the ball, so he opted to just play it out. Take a breather, get up, take your time.
Great throw, and it's Sanchez on the ball here. And he wins Goshen a corner kick. That's going to be Goshen's third corner kick of the match. Earning the chance to get another ball in from Garcia here. We know he can put in a good ball, and Goshen, you're going to see all of the centre-backs come forward here. Zimba, Cruz, the 6, Saldivar, going to be in the box as well. It's going to be Adrian Gonzalez-Martinez and Stephen Bandy back on halfway to defend Ariano from the Strict Rovers. Ball comes in. Garcia. Bit of a high ball over the top. It's going to be Lyon to clear it. Saldivar comes away with the ball. However, Lyon, a fantastic challenge again. He's going to break at pace.
And they have numbers.
They do have numbers here. It's going to be Walters finding the ball to Arredondo in behind. Ball comes off of Adrian Gonzalez-Martinez. However, it looks like it came off his arm. It's going to be a yellow card. The question was whether that was in the box or not. It was either just inside or just outside the box. It's really just on that line.
Minute issued to Goshen City FC number 6, Adrian Gonzalez-Martinez.
Yeah, and that yellow falls for Adrian Gonzalez-Martinez as...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's not much else he can do there.
No.
He's just trying to put himself in front of the pass. But really, it was kind of a loopy pass that kind of just hit him as he was running across. He didn't even really know about it. Fortunately for Goshen, it's not a penalty. It's just outside the box. And it's going to be a free kick.
Definitely shooting range, though.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be Brown and Walters who stand over the ball. A 5-man wall.
6.
A 6-man wall.
Maybe?
For 6 men stand around the wall from Goshen. Vida trying to take every precaution that he possibly can.
Yep.
Brown has stepped away. It's going to be Walters on the free kick. 5 stand in the wall from Goshen.
Every player back.
Garcia nearby. Great shot comes in. Honestly, from this angle, it looked like it might have been finding its way into that far corner, but it goes just wide of Vida's post. A great effort from Walters, though.
Did well to wrap it around the wall. Wasn't able to tuck it into that far post, though.
Goshen, they're going to be looking to try and mount really one more quality attack. Only a minute and a half left in regulation time in this half. The referee could add up to 2-3 minutes on at the end of that, but not many stoppages so far. It's Wyland. Bit of an awkward exchange on the far side between him and Fernandez, and it's going to be Strike Rovers' ball. Fernandez with the ball in hand. Referee calling him back to the original place where the throw-in was given, not letting him creep up too far. And now the throw comes in. Bridgion deals with that, however, and Wyland finds himself with the ball again. Gonzalez Massa loses out, and it's Arredondo. Cannot get the better of Flavio Cruz, though. Ball is going to go out again for a throw-in just a little bit further up the field, but it's Strike Rovers' ball once more. Throw comes in. Cruz again clears, and again, it's going to be another throw-in.
Just a stalemate on that far sideline.
Yeah, really, not much ground being given up by Goshen, not much ground being gained by the Rovers. Again, Cruz deals with it via the header. This time, ball managing to stay in play. It's going to be Lyon. Being pressed by Sanchez. He's kind of all alone up there, though. Really no one supporting him. However, Gonzalez Massa does win the ball back. And he does really well to find Bridgion. However, unfortunately, ball is lost. Through ball comes in looking for Ariano over the top at Zimba, who comes out with the ball. And a great ball to Garcia. However, the imposing figure of the Holland player coming across. And that's going to be halftime here at the Goshen College Soccer Complex. 0-0 is the score between the Rovers and from Holland and Goshen City FC, the home side. We will be back in about 10 to 15 minutes for the second half. It's a stalemate so far. Stay tuned to see if either of these teams can find a breakthrough in the second half.
At halftime,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with action from the Goshen College Soccer Complex between Goshen City FC and the Holland Strike Rovers in the Midwest Premier League. Once again on the call tonight, it's myself, Nathan Anderson, and I'm joined by my good friend Theo in the booth. How are we feeling about the first half? How are we feeling about the second half?
I think the first half was good. It was close, lots of chances, but both teams just missing that last touch or last pass. So they're both looking for that extra polish in the attacking third, but I think both teams defended pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be looking for that kind of final ball for both teams, I think, in this half, as the Rovers have their first chance to attack through Arredondo. However, foul is going to be given away through Murillo. Coming back on in the second half, that's the number 19 right in front of us on this close left-hand side for Goshen, sorry. It's going to be Brown standing over this free kick. Long ball goes into the box. Great header down by Arredondo. Goshen calling for the flag to be raised. Eventually is raised, and so it's going to be a free kick for Goshen. Went out for a goal kick regardless, but it's going to be a free kick. Taken quickly. It's Cruz looking for Gonzalez Martinez. A lot of pressure being put onto him by Fernandez, however. Arredondo colliding with Murillo there and winning out. Unfortunately giving away the free kick in the process. Murillo doing well to absorb that contact and not go to ground, but it's going to be a Goshen free kick. It's Gonzalez Martinez who stands over that one. Plays it back. That's Saldivar on the ball. Cruz, again, spreading the play wide. Sanchez, big touch away from Fernandez. And it finds a wonderful ball to Laranjo. Gonzalez Martinez looking in behind for Murillo. Hardy beats him to it, however, and does well to keep the ball in play. It's Fernandez. Ball off Gonzalez Martinez, and it's going to go out for a Holland throw-in.
A little bit more of a chaotic start, but not as chaotic as the start of the game with two long balls from the Rovers, but more of a possession battle at this point.
Yeah, for sure. A little bit more like the teams they're still settled into the game, even though the half is just restarting. Brown, unfortunately not the pass he was looking for there. Results in a Goshen throw-in. Bit of miscommunication there. Saldivar does well to keep the ball in play. However, it's going to be back with the Rovers. Arredondo finding himself in acres of space behind. However, Zimba gets there first. Cruz, a lot of pressure being put on the sliding tackle coming in, but retaining possession for Goshen. Gonzalez Martinez manages to do so. Advantage being played by the referee for Goshen as they spread the ball wide through Bridgion. It's going to be Ortiz. A lot of pressure being put on him by Ariano, but he finds Bridgion. Ball again looking for Laranjo in behind, but Lyon, again, we mentioned his name a lot in the first half. He's doing a fantastic job cleaning up at the back for the Rovers, and he does so again to begin this half. Ball comes in. Cruz does a great job to keep it in play. However, it does fall to Brown from the Strike Rovers. Ball comes in again. Another header from Cruz. It's Laranjo. Little flick of the heel, and that's not a great tackle at all. A lot of contact from Laranjo onto Hardy. Going to be lucky to come away without a yellow card here, actually.
Yeah, I was going to say, I picked up my pen to write down some notes about a card that was going to be produced, but the ref opting to just have a word with him.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I saw you pick up your pen. I thought, oh, definitely a card, but ref opting to not be too harsh with the cards at the beginning of the half. Ariano, that's a fantastic touch on the in the area. However, his counterpart on that far side was offside. Great ball from Hardy, though, really creating a chance out of nothing.
And he didn't expect that touch there, so he was probably trying to get onto the end of that ball, but that touch just caught him off.
Yeah. Fernandez looking all the way back to Ullman now. Laranjo putting some pressure on. Not a huge amount from Goshen at this stage, though. What a turn by Olsen, getting away from his defender. It's Ariano. However, Zimba gets there first. Bridgion spreading the play wide. It's Ortiz now again, looking to go straight through the middle of the two defenders, but gets caught in the process. It's Arcella spreading the play wide. Fernandez trying to make it to the ball, unable to do so, unfortunately. Great ball over the top by Murillo, sorry. Hardy clears it, but the ball stays in play. He clears it again. Ball still in play on the field, but it went out while it was in the air. It's going to result in a Goshen throw.
That seemed a little backwards to me. I thought that first one went out, but that one stayed in, and I thought the second one went out, but that one stayed in, but then that one went out.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for the Rovers, the second one did end up going out. Ortiz finding Sanchez, probing on the edge of the box, taking a shot. It's deflected. Ullman was rushing out to get it, but Lyon opting to better safe than sorry and get the ball out. It's Ariano. Zimba putting him under a lot of pressure. Looked like he won the ball from where I'm standing, but unfortunately, free kick given the opposite of Goshen's way.
His hands went up saying, I didn't touch him, but the ref disagrees.
Yeah, ref, not often someone you're going to win an argument with in a game, I would say. So Zimba just opting to go back into the defensive line.
Though you always try.
Yeah, hey, it's always worth a try. Bridgion, bit of a 50-50 tackle there. Comes out a bit worse off. You see him hobbling away from the challenge. That was Olsen that he was in a challenge with there, but
yeah, and Olsen went down to try to clear that through or get an advantageous touch there, but found the foot.
Yeah, free kick given the way of Goshen. Zimba, great composure. Arredondo was pressing him quite quickly there. Gonzalez Martinez, great ball in behind. It's Hardy and Laranjo tussling with one another. A lot of contact. However, in the end, Laranjo, he's showing a yellow card. And Hardy didn't even know it hit him there. Laranjo was all of a sudden on top of him. It's going to be a free kick and a chance to reset the play for the Strike Rovers. Now it's going to be Ullman pushing his team up the field. He's going to take the free kick himself.
And he didn't get that yellow before from what we thought was going to be a challenge, but he will get one there.
Yeah, comes away with a caution there. Ball up and out of play. It's going to be Cruz with the throw-in.
The Rovers trying to play it into the corner, but they just can't get it down that sideline as it's more direct towards the sideline, and it just goes out.
Yeah, it's just not quite falling for them how they want it to at this stage. Ball goes up again. No real composure from either team at the moment.
A bit of a miscommunication there. Two went up for the header.
Yeah. Holland, however, they are going to come away with the ball. It's Ariano taking on his opposite number, Ortiz. Ortiz, however, winning out, it looks like, in this challenge so far. Saldivar on the ball. Risky pass on the inside. It's Arredondo. Saldivar. Zimba takes the deflection, comes off both Goshen center backs, Zimba and Cruz. And Viland, he's there to pick... Oh, sorry, Vida. He's there to pick it up. Murillo. Great 1-2 being played. Looking for Laranjo in the box. He's going to find him. Laranjo takes on the defender. Touch away. Ullman, multiple times he came to get the ball. On the second time of asking, he managed to gather it. Laranjo, you've got to say, that's an unbelievably good opportunity for him and probably should have converted. He got the better of the defender. The ball from Ricardo Garcia was fantastic.
He just couldn't get his body around it to get that shot off.
And again, it's just that finishing touch, right?
Yep. Couldn't even get a shot off.
Goshen, they find themselves with the ball again, however. They've got another chance to reset this play. Gonzalez Martinez in acres of space, finding Cruz. Cruz, Garcia, Murillo. Ball gets caught up in the long grass. However, Garcia does a fantastic job to keep possession. It's Murillo. Flag stays down. Hardy putting a lot of pressure on him. A bit of a bigger body. A lot of physical pressure. And eventually, despite all of the physical pressure coming from Hardy onto Murillo, a little bit of a kick of the shin there, and he is the one who ends up giving away the free kick. And it grants Holland a chance to just reset the play and give themselves a chance to get back in the attack. However, as I say that, Hardy, ball left a lot to be desired. Bounced straight off the foot of Sanchez, and he's tussling with Olsen on that far side. Again, it's going to be a foul called by the referee. Not a lot of contact in these free kicks that are being given, I've got to say, but they're being given all the same.
Yeah, maybe some hidden hands pulling him down, but I say really not too much body to body.
Yeah, but free kicks being given all the same. Really, we're not in a position to argue with the referee's call, so we call it as it happens. It's Bridgion now. He manages to get away from Asala. And spreads the play wide. It's Ortiz. Looking for Bridgion again on the outside, but it's Klein doing a good job defensively. 55 minutes played. We are 10 minutes into the second half. No real action to speak of so far. Laranjo with the best opportunity of the half by a mile. You'd probably say the same thing about the last half. And you've got to say, surely Goshen in control of the match for the most part. And they'll be looking to try and break the deadlock first. Zimba to Gonzalez-Martinez, who spreads the ball to Bridgion. Looking in behind for Laranjo. Flag stays down, however, it goes up now. Laranjo misses the ball anyway, unable to finish the opportunity. And eventually the flag is raised by the lino. And it's going to be another Holland free kick. Goshen finding themselves offside repeatedly.
It was another good opportunity, but he just mistimed his run. Maybe he should, he could also look for maybe a curving run, but it seems the Rovers step up right as the ball's about to be played, doing a good job, maybe playing the offside trap. Maybe that's part of their game plan, but
yeah. Well, I saw from up here the bit of eye contact between Bridgion and Laranjo, and Laranjo began to go, but Bridgion just wasn't quite ready to play the ball yet. It wasn't quite as fluid as they probably would have liked it, and it resulted in kind of a weird run timing for Laranjo, and he was unable to keep himself onside.
Right, and we see Laranjo, and a lot of these players, they need that extra jump because these defenders from the Rovers are just so quick, and their angle of attack are so good that they're able to get there.
Oh, yeah, Lyon and Hardy especially doing a great job defensively so far this game, you've got to say. But Holland now, on the other end of the field, they've got a chance to attack through Ariano. However, Gonzalez-Martinez does a great job to win the ball back for Goshen. Trying to play the 1-2 with Ortiz. However, Ariano manages to come back and win the ball.
Very tidy tackle.
Saldivar finds the feet of Ricardo Garcia. Looking for Ortiz on the wing. Unable to find the pass, it's Olsen who comes over with the ball, and he finds Ariano. Asela running down the wing. But it's Zimba to clean up the play for Goshen. Taking a lot of space now, Goshen, and looking to spread the play to this close side. Cruz looking for that through ball. Laranjo had come a bit shorter. He was hoping one of the midfielders would run in behind off of him. Unfortunately, just not really the case. Sanchez a little bit slow to react. And Goshen, they end up just conceding that. And the Rovers, now they've got a chance to come back. Great ball lifted over the top. It's looking for Arredondo in a battle with Cruz. And Cruz, the captain for Goshen, wins out, showing his maturity there in the tackle. Nothing silly being done. And it's Saldivar on the ball. He's been fantastic all game. That's really the first time his pass has gone astray. Unfortunately, not quite what he was looking for. Brown on the ball. Feeds it through, looking for Arredondo. Hands in the air from Brown, wondering why Arredondo really wasn't running for that.
Maybe differing ideas there. The winger maybe wanted it to his feet, but the ball was played over the top and just wasn't ready to make the run.
Yeah, Goshen on the attack again. Ricardo Garcia looking for the feet of Laranjo. Again, though, just not what they were looking for. It's Gonzalez-Martinez. Bridgion finding Murillo. Back to Gonzalez-Martinez. Back to Ricardo Garcia. Cruz in plenty of space. Not being put under much pressure so far. However, the Rovers, they've really stacked to the side of the field. Goshen maybe going to look for a switch here. Change the point of attack. Cruz again driving. Arredondo putting a bit of pressure on. It's Garcia losing out, however. That's Lyon and Brown combining. And Brown again, he's going to look for Lyon. Turns away from Gonzalez-Martinez, but is unable to keep the ball in play. Murillo looking to play quickly. And he does so, finding Sanchez down the wing. Garcia, great touch. Cruz. Goshen back in position again. Sanchez coming from an offside position opts to just leave the ball there. However, Hardy is going to give away a throw-in for Goshen on this close left-hand side. Sanchez beating Lyon in the tackle. Ball is cleared by the Rovers, however. Ricardo Garcia, a bit of a 50-50 there with Fernandez. Fernandez, however, comes out on top and beats Murillo. Unfortunately, it's actually going to end up as Holland ball there. Murillo really thought that was his throw-in to take, but ends up being the way of the Rovers.
And he's got to be careful. He tossed that ball away after learning that it wasn't his. Maybe later in the game when it's closer and it gets more down to the wire, that could be called for a yellow for time wasting.
Yeah, that is something that these players need to consider. 60 minutes into the game now, half an hour remaining. You do have to be a little bit careful to not give anything silly away. Bridgion, great ball to Garcia. Murillo has the beating of Brown on this close side. Brown again slides in, gives away the free kick in a very dangerous area, and as well gives away a yellow card in the process. Murillo, he was away there.
Yellow card
and Brown
62nd minute issue to Holland
kind of just had to do what he had to do. Murillo was away on that left-hand side. Dangerous opportunity for Goshen, and I mean, in saying that, he's given away a dangerous opportunity here. It's himself, Murillo, and it's Bridgion who stand over the free kick as the referee marks back the 10 meters.
And that foot was kind of delayed. It seemed like he was already passed by the time that foot came up and caught him.
Yeah, bit of an unfortunate timing for Brown there. Brown, he's going to stand in the wall alongside, I believe that's Fernandez. And it's Murillo to deliver the ball. Bridgion steps over it. Great punch. It's Laranjo again at the back post. And the volley again just not quite hit the way he wanted it to. Ullman came for the ball. He missed the ball. And Laranjo, he had the chance, but was just unable to finish once again. And some subs look like they're being prepared for the Rovers here.
Yes, number 30, Zach Wood. And then number 14,
Rovers substitutions in the 63rd minute.
Seth Walters opting to come back on.
The pitch, number 14, Seth Walters, and number 30, Nick Beal.
Coming off is number 25, Cole Pauley.
Replacing number 25, Cole Pauley.
I believe that's Alan Asela.
Yes, coming off.
Alan Alcala.
Yes, it is.
Goshen looks like they're also about to put some subs in the game, but on the next out. Bit of a 50-50 there between Ariano and Bridgion. Ariano winning that one out. It's the newly introduced Zach Wood tussling with Sanchez. Referee calls Arredondo offside, however, and it's going to be Goshen's free kick. They opt to take it quickly, however, referee does call it back. Maybe a chance for those Goshen substitutes. And the referee is going to allow those substitutes to come on.
Yes, he will cut them on. That is number 10, Luis Felipe Gruber, coming on. And number 8, Andres Gonzalez Massa.
It's going to be two players we know very well coming out for Goshen. That's Ricardo Garcia, that's number 14. And someone we know very well at the Goshen College Soccer Complex, that's Adrian Gonzalez Martinez coming off. So two changes in the midfield. Gruber especially, we know what he can do after last week. And here he is on the ball almost immediately, finding Cruz, who finds the other substitute, that's Gonzalez Massa. Cruz again battling against 4 players around him from the Rovers. However, Goshen somehow magically come out with the ball. It's Sanchez finding Zimba. Sanchez again doing a wonderful job to get away from the pressure. That's Wood giving away the free kick just in his own defensive half. Goshen opting to play it quickly. Bridgion. Gonzalez Massa opts to shoot. Awkward deflection. You wonder why Laranjo wasn't running in off that. Maybe caught in an offside position when the shot was taken. Bit awkward there for Ullman, but does a good job to gather it in the end. Gruber on the ball again after that goal kick. Ortiz finding Gonzalez Massa. Ortiz again. Gruber. Gonzalez Massa running in behind. Onside. The flag stays down. Wonderful ball from Gruber. Gruber again, unfortunately losing out this time. Zimba cutting out that ball to Arredondo. That was who was running in behind there. It's Bridgion on the ball. Finding again the newly substituted in Gonzalez Massa. Bridgion again. Gonzalez Massa looking for Laranjo in behind. Well cut out from the defense of the Rovers though. Goshen resetting now through Saldava. Zimba across from him. Zimba does receive the ball. It's going to be Flavio Cruz. Well played by him and Gonzalez Massa. However, Goshen unable to retain possession. And here comes Arredondo for the Rovers. Ariano, he's offside now. Ball comes all the way across. Ariano asking for the ball a bit earlier there from Arredondo. Not quite what he was looking for, however. And it's Sanchez finding himself on the ball again. Gruber protecting the ball well from Ariano. And turns and finds Gonzalez Massa. Ball looked like it was still in play from where we're standing up here. However, unfortunately, Murillo again finding himself on the wrong side of a throw-in call.
So he was looking for a through ball down to the corner there, but the ball was played a little bit behind him, so he had to come back. Wasn't able to get his foot around it to keep it in.
Goshen managing to win the ball back from that throw-in from the Rovers. And it's Vida finding Zimba, calmly finding Cruz, who in turn finds Gruber. Goshen really willing to just absorb this pressure and try and play through it. However, Zimba, as I say that, hits the ball over the top. It's Laranjo in behind again. He's offside according to the lino. It was definitely close. But
he certainly doesn't agree.
I mean, him and the Goshen City staff certainly don't agree. But unfortunately, he was offside according to the lino, and that's really the only opinion that counts.
But if you're Laranjo here, you just have to keep making those runs. He's had a ton of chances so far. I mean, even in this half, as this ball's played over the top well, but that's gathered neatly.
Yeah, great ball over the top again. It's Hardy looking in behind there. Unfortunately, just not able to make that stick. It's going to be Bridgion. Dribbling with the ball through two players. However, he does lose out. That's Walters that made the tackle. However, Goshen, they come out with the ball again. It's Gonzalez Massa looking for Ortiz on the far side. Olsen challenges him. It's Ortiz. Can he beat his man? Doesn't need to beat him. Finds the pass to Sanchez and gets it back. Ortiz dribbling through a couple players. It's Gonzalez Massa gets the shot in and it's just over the bar. Ullman looked like he knew exactly what was going on there. He didn't even flinch in the face of danger.
So many great chances here. They just can't find that decisive finish.
Yeah, not quite. Again, just that finishing touch is really all both teams are looking for. Multiple chances happening at both ends. Probably the lion's share for Goshen. But the Holland Strike Rovers definitely not without chances. And Arredondo gets up for the header, but nobody running in behind further than he is. Goshen through Zimba. They've got a chance to reset the play, and it's Bridgion now on the ball. Quick play from Goshen. It's Gruber, but he loses out. It's Arredondo who comes out with it. However, Goshen, again, miraculously almost finding position again. Laranjo is through on goal. The flag stays down. It's Lyon back in defense. It's Laranjo. It's off the post. It's a kerfuffle in the box. Sanchez turns, shoots, saved again. And it's eventually cleared by Vaughn Klein, number 28. A frantic sequence of play. You got to question how Goshen have not found the back of the net. Laranjo getting incredibly unlucky off the post. And the follow-up from Sanchez being blocked again.
Laranjo could be having one of the unluckiest days of his life today.
Honestly, I would agree with you.
Christian Mendoza win.
So there's a sub now, number 32 for the Rovers going on. That is Christian Mendoza Hyun.
New face being introduced to the game. We haven't seen Mendoza win so far. but he's immediately involved in the action, trying to shut down Gruber. Luis Felipe Gruber, number 10 for Goshen. Again, Bridgion looking for the ball in behind, but he's unable to do so.
You just have to think one of these chances have got to fall for Lorenzo. I mean, he's had
yeah,
so
for
many.
Both teams. One of them's got to stick. Lorenzo definitely got to be the player on the field with the most chances. The newly introduced Christian Mendoza-Quinn giving away a free kick there. And here is Lorenzo, finding himself with the ball a lot further towards his own goal than he usually does, and he drops it off to Gruber. Gonzalez Massa on the ball now. Finds a wonderful pass through to Murillo. Murillo, service into the box.
Ooh.
It's Sanchez who was arriving. Oh, actually, sorry, I'm mistaken. It's Ortiz that was arriving there. But it's cleared out of play by the Rovers defender. Goshen, they're probing, though. Really, they're having some of their best opportunities of the match so far.
And a little bit of a precarious clear there, as he was coming onto the ball almost as if a striker would, and he just had to tip it up over the bar to clear it, but he does well.
Absolutely, but it is going to be a corner for Goshen. It's Murillo to take that. Swings the ball into the box, but it's Lyon with a fantastic header. Gonzalez Massa challenging Walters. But Arredondo comes out with it, looking to combine with Walters, but Gonzalez Massa does a fantastic job to stop that attack in its tracks and hopefully launch his own one. It's Gruber. Combining with Lorenzo, Gruber finding himself with it again. Turning away from Mendoza-Quinn. Cruz, a lot further up the field than we usually see him. And unfortunately can't make the pass like he was looking for Bridgion or Ortiz there. And he's unable to find either. But it's going to be subs coming in for Goshen.
Number 11, Javier Enciso's coming on, and so is number 20 entering the game again, Stefan Bandy.
And it's going to be Murillo and Ortiz stepping out there. Same substitution that was made with Bandy in the first half. And you see immediately Sanchez off of those subs. Goshen looking to up the intensity of the match. 20 minutes to go. Bandy immediately impactful, winning the ball back. Gruber now on it. Sanchez turning away from the defender, keeping the ball somehow away from Mendoza-Quinn and winning the free kick in Goshen's favor. Bridgion taking it quickly, however, ball was rolling. It's going to be called back by the referee.
2 or 3 times there he had his feet caught in with the defenders, and that last one he just wasn't able to maintain possession. Maybe the referee thought he had a little bit of an advantage going, but ultimately not.
Really he was unlucky to not get a foul call sooner.
Mm-hmm.
And Bridgion just looking to take advantage but wasn't able to do so. Look at a speculative ball from Bridgion looking for Lorenzo. However, it's Arredondo. He is all alone though. Walter's the only man up with him, and 5 orange shirts swarm and they put the ball out for a throw-in. Probably the best case scenario there for the Rovers, honestly. They're going to get a chance to reset the attack, bring a few more players up. And it's going to be a throw-in on that far side. I believe that's Olsen to take. Olsen's throw. It's Walters on the ball. Challenged by Zimba. Oh, a call there going the wrong way. If you're a Rovers fan, it's going to be a throw-in for Goshen City.
Definitely a great touch, though. Was that Zimba who got his leg around there and was able to deflect it off the defender from behind him?
Yeah, Zimba doing a great job to get Goshen possession of the ball, and here he is now on it. Clears a little bit further. Actually puts it out of play for a Holland throw-in this time. 74 minutes played in this match. 16 minutes left to go. Both teams still yet to find a breakthrough, and both teams have had plenty of chances, you've got to say. Goshen leading the shot clock by a huge amount, 17 shots to only 4 recorded of the Rovers, but you must say also the Rovers' chances, they've had a few. Ball comes in, it's Hardy putting a bit of a speculative ball into the box, easily collected by Vida, and he starts the attack again through Cruz. But Cruz's pass, second one in a matter of minutes, it's gone off course, but he gets the chance again. Quinn's ball not quite looking like it was going to create an opportunity there. Bandy battling with Olsen on that far side, but he finds Zimba now. Goshen a chance to reset things more calmly. It's Cruz driving forward. Looking for Enciso's run. Enciso does make the run, but Hardy gets there ahead of him. Big touch. Ball still in play, and it's back to Goshen in possession once more. Cruz. Gruber. Gonzalez Massa. Finding Maxime Brigion. Sanchez spreading it wide to Stephen Bandy. Brigion again. Back to Bandy. Gruber. Goshen, they're probing the edge of the box. There's a fantastic ball in behind. Laranjo sits down the defender. Tries to get the shot. However, he does get back and make the block again. That's Fernandez. Isaac Fernandez doing a wonderful job. Got completely sent by Laranjo there and managed to recover to block that shot and deny Goshen a goal-scoring opportunity.
Great little turn there, though, by Laranjo. Trying to create space. Does well, but not able to get the shot off on net.
Yeah, Laranjo doing a really great job of kind of creating separation between himself and the defender. Enough space to get a shot off. Unfortunately, not quite enough space that time around. Zimba winning out in the header again. However, the Rovers, they come back. It's Olsen finding Arredondo. Arredondo, however, finds himself offside once again.
Both teams trying to get that first jump, and seems more than likely that there's lots of offsides calls. But
yeah, I mean, multiple offside calls for both teams. And Goshen, they reset the play now. Gruber, space to turn and drive, finds Cruz. Cruz, ball over the top, looking for Gonzalez Massa, and he does find him. He in turn is looking for Laranjo. The pass just not quite enough on it. Ullman is going to be able to clear. However, Goshen, that's a lovely cushioned header by Gruber. He's able to reset the play. It's Enciso on the ball now. Finding Laranjo again. Laranjo, plenty of space. He's got Bandy on the far side, and he finds his feet. Bandy shaping up against Olsen. Maxime Brigion puts the ball in the box. Multiple heads, it bounces off. It falls to Gonzalez Massa. Gruber tussling with the defenders now. That's Zach Wood. Ball comes in from Bandy, and Ullman does a fantastic job again. The goalkeeper really saving the team there. Again, doing a fantastic job. He must have made a huge amount of saves so far this game. Denying Laranjo on multiple occasions, denying other players as well. And restarting the attack now. It's Mendoza Quinn. Again, finding Olsen. Zimba, a lot of contact in that tackle. Wasn't malicious at all. There's really, he doesn't believe there's anything in it, but just deemed to be kind of the wrong angle probably he was taking the contact at.
Yeah, maybe just a little too much speed carried into that tackle as his momentum carries him right through the player, really.
Yeah.
But
it's going to be another free kick here for the Holland Rovers. I think it's Brown standing over that one. Fernandez talking to head coach Zach Riordan close on the sideline down here. Looks like Holland Strike Rovers, they are preparing a substitute in the next out, but the ball comes into the box for the time being. Ball leaving a lot to be desired from Brown, though. And it falls straight into the gloves of Vida. Gruber turning, playing the ball to Saldiva. Cruz. Gonzalez Massa. Enciso. Gonzalez Massa continues his run. The underlapping run. However, the ball, it's cut out by Hardy, and he does a great job to not give away a corner. It's a throw-in for Goshen on this left-hand side.
And this far up the pitch, you can almost treat this like a corner if you've got someone who can throw the ball all the way into the box.
They don't, but they've managed to find a cross into the box all the same. It's Gonzalez Massa. However, Arredondo manages to break now away. Stephen Bandy giving chase. He's got the pace. Can he catch him? Zimba stops him in his tracks, and Bandy mops up the play.
An advantage actually called there for Bandy.
Brown looks like he's gone down with some cramping, I believe. He's calling for a substitute off the bench. Play continues. An advantage being played by the referee. Brown, he's getting up. But Gonzalez Massa, he's all alone. He found Sanchez. Sanchez, can he score? It's saved again by Ullman. A shot probably should have been a bit better. Enciso puts the ball into the box. It's Lorenzo at the back post, and Ullman again gathers it. Brown again, still down on halfway. That's Reese Brown, number 33. It looks like he's going to be substituted here. Looking like he's in a bit of pain. Saldivar comes back to help him out. And Goshen, you've got to say, they have got to convert one of these chances sooner rather than later. Sanchez, it was all in front of him. He just had to pick the right side of the goal, and unfortunately, he picked the side that Ullman was ready for. Yeah,
an excellent save, though. Great reactions. Got his leg out. And then even the follow-up chance with Lorenzo couldn't gather that ball, and it seemed he was caught in two minds there, whether he shoots first on the first touch or if he gathers it, and then he just didn't make a decision in time as it, really just dies out off his thigh into the goalie.
Yeah, I mean, yet another Goshen opportunity. Up to 20 shots in the match now without a goal.
And you just think, how many of these chances are they not going to be able to find that finishing touch?
I mean, you got to say already, there's still 10 minutes left in the game, but you already know what they've got to be working on in training this week. Some substitutes being prepared here. Reese Brown, obviously one of those players coming off.
Yep. Number 16 going on. That's Zach Riesley. And then number 20. That's going to be Nick Beal.
And number 20 is Zach Wood. Replacing number 33, Reese Brown, and number 10, Ashton Arredondo.
It's going to be in the hands of Ullman. Once more, referee running back towards halfway. And ball is going to be played. Ullman, long kick down the field. Challenging is Saldivar. He doesn't win out against Walters, but Zimba, he's definitely going to be the first man to the ball. Does well to keep it in play and finds the feet of Bandy. Fantastic pass on the inside to Saldivar to keep the play moving. Saldivar, Gruber now. Cruz finding himself on the ball. Bit of an unfortunate deflection. Sanchez not able to gain possession, but it's fallen for Gruber. Gruber looking for Enciso now. Enciso's run. Ball not played though. Cruz. Saldivar. Calm on the ball, Goshen at the moment. Vida looking in behind. The ball holds up a little bit. It's Gonzalez Massa that was chasing it, and it's Sanchez who comes out with it. Enciso, he's offside. Another offside call against Goshen.
Yeah, so he made that initial run and wasn't able to get back onside before that second ball was played.
Yeah, Goshen again, mistiming the run a little bit there. Certainly less times have been offended being offside this half, but a lot on the match as a whole for Goshen. Bandy, 50-50 challenge, wins out against Olsen. However, he can't keep the ball in play, but it does fall for a Goshen free kick being cleared out by Klein. It's Bridgion. A lot of pressure being put on and gives the ball away to Walters. That's a 1-2 with Mendoza Quinn, and Walters one-on-one with Cruz. Beats his man. Ball flies across the face of the goal. Vida and Zimmer didn't know what was happening. It's fallen to Riesley. Ball in the box. Dropped by Vida. Almost ran it into his own goal there. Mendoza Quinn putting on a lot of pressure, but Vida gathers the ball in his hands. No goal, but we're getting closer.
And immediately he says, calm down. Let's take a breath.
Calmness, not something that Goshen are looking forward to right now. Bandy giving the ball away. It's Walters again. Well won back by Bridgion. Saldivar, he kind of personifies calmness. He does a great job there. Gonzalez Massa on the ball now. Gruber, Goshen, chance to restart the play. Finally, maybe find their feet and mount an attack. It's Cruz. Ball looking through. It's Lorenzo. He's on his bike in behind again, and he finds the ball. Poking, prodding, trying to find a shot. Gonzalez Massa. One more. It's Enciso. Takes the shot. It's saved. It's Lorenzo again.
Wow.
And again, Ullman is there. What an unbelievable goalkeeping performance, you've got to say. Lorenzo maybe, I mean, he probably could have done better, but it's a first-time finish. It's a bouncing ball. It's kind of an unfortunate spot.
And it needed quick reactions there. I mean, it came off the keeper's hands so quick that, I mean, it was decent contact for how quick the play developed. And
yeah.
But even still, nearly a wide
again,
open
just
net.
not what Goshen were looking for. It's Bandy looking for Laranjo yet again. Ullman and Laranjo both coming to get it, and Ullman wins out. He really had to make a decision there, and he stuck with it. And he made it happen. He got the ball out of play. He denied the pressure for now. However, Goshen, they're not done yet. There's 5 minutes remaining in regulation time in this match. A reminder, unlike the cup game we saw last week, there will be no extra time. If the score is 0-0 at the end of the game, we will be splitting the points straight down the middle. But the ball comes in. Goshen, they don't want to split the points down the middle. It's Cruz. Bit of a miscommunication there with Enciso. However, Zimba, he's there to mop it up. Riesli making a great tackle, however, despite the pressure of Zimba. And it's Fernandez looking long. It's Walters on the ball now. Bit of a foot race between him and Saldivar. Walters, he's going to win it out. Vida, he's way out of his goal. Saldivar, he scores. It's Walters. A fantastic finish. A miscommunication between Saldivar and Vida left Vida in complete no man's land and just was unable to make it back to the goal in time. Walters with a composed finish, you've got to say. Under a lot of pressure, he looked up, he saw what was in front of him, and he converted.
Yes, it was 1-on-2. That ball was played over the top, and at the last second, he just stuck his foot out to get that ball played on, and then he did really well to win that foot race there. And then he got his body in between, got the cutback, looked, checked, and neatly deposited into that far left corner.
Fantastic finish, composure. And Goshen, they're making some substitutions here. It's going to be Alejandro Portocarrero coming on for João Laranjo. Tyler Bourne has seen enough for today, and a sub is being made. It's also number 2 coming on. That's going to be Cruz. And that's Saldivar coming off. Goshen, the urgency now up 3 minutes remaining in regulation. All they can do is hope for a goal now. Really, the chances of 3 points getting lower and lower. Going to be looking to try and just gain a goal back. Taking 1 point away from this game has now become really the optimal outcome, despite what they would have been thinking even 5 minutes ago.
And it looks like Lyon going down now. He's been a standout player for Holland. He made so many tackles, lots of high-effort plays. He went down with cramping, but it seems he's back up and good.
Yeah, does make his way back to his feet, hopefully. You hate to see people go down injured, so hopefully he's able to stay for the last few minutes of the game. Fernandez being put under a lot of pressure. It's Portocarrero on the ball now, first involvement in the game. Goshen College player here. Portocarrero pass, doesn't quite find feet, however. The Rovers looking long. Their first order of business now is just keeping this lead in the game.
Yeah, Goshen, they have that urgency now. They only have a few minutes left to play. There's going to be a little added extra time because of the injury earlier, but still, you don't know how much, and we're nearing the end.
Gruber prodding at the defense, but there's so many Holland shirts in his way.
Yeah, Holland are just parking the bus now. They've got almost everyone back.
Gruber manages to win. It looked like a corner there, but it's going to just be a throw-in for Goshen.
Wow, he did really well there to get his foot around the ball to clear that out for just a throw-in.
Doing a great job there to keep it out.
Easily could have been a corner.
And again, the pass not finding feet from Goshen and the ball being cleared long. It's Vida. Finds himself a long way out of his goal to try and recover this one. We got 1 minute left of the 90 to go. There will definitely be some time afterwards, especially considering cramps and stuff that we've had in the last few minutes. Free kick given the way of Goshen. Gruber, he's going to try and look to take this fast.
He won't be able to, though, but...
Yeah, people stand in his way. However, Cruz is able to find himself with the ball now. Gruber, again, great pass. It's Sanchez. Looking inside, it's Bregion. Gonzalez Massa has a chance to shoot, but chooses to play it to Bandy. Bandy across the box, and it's over the top. Looking to shoot from a narrow angle, but just not what he was looking for on the end product.
Yeah, I was going to say he had a lot of space there, maybe a little bit of time, but not a good shooting angle.
I mean, really, that's the story of Goshen's night, you've got to say. just unfortunately not able to convert the chances at the last minute. Gruber can't stop that goal kick from getting all the way through. It's Walters, the goal scorer, putting Flavio Cruz under pressure. Finds Kevin Cruz now. Stephen Bandy providing the width for Goshen. And he drives with the ball into the space. Looking for Gonzalez Massa and finds him. Zimba, he's finding himself on the complete wrong end of the field. But only a minute left to go. You've got to say he's got to put it all on the line at this point. Lose by 1 or lose by 2. It's still a loss either way. It doesn't really matter too much at this stage of the season. Ullman goes long. It's Cruz and Bandy back there. Referee not actually signaling how much time is being added. Oh, 2 minutes added on. Sorry, I missed that. Bandy driving with the ball. We've got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left to play. It's Porter Carrero in behind. Ball, it's missed by the goalkeeper. Porter Carreros, he scores for Goshen.
And finally,
Ullman has done everything right the entire match. But this one moment defines the game, really. It's scrappy, it's not clean, it's not the type of goal that Goshen would have wanted to score. But finally, through Alejandro Porter Carrero, the Goshen College striker playing for Goshen City FC, they get on the board and they've managed to save the game, really.
And only recently coming off the bench there as a sub. But
Holland,
he makes a great
they're
difference.
not done. They're already coming back in the attack. It's Olsen. Zach Wood now on the ball. Bandy wins out in that challenge, though. Gruber unable to keep the ball in play. We're approaching the end of the 2 added minutes. Probably a little bit of time to be added on. Maybe another 20, 30 seconds on top of what was already added due to the goal being scored in stoppage time. And it's a corner for the Rovers. They might get one last shot at this.
Yeah, and this could be the last chance of the game, depending on how it goes. So they need some good quality if you're the Rovers.
I mean, all the shirts forward for the Rovers. Only 2 remain at the back. And all the Goshen shirts back. They don't want to lose what they just gained in this game. Ball comes in from Walters. It's awkward. The header is up from Hardy. Vida, I don't think he would have made it there.
Nope.
But in the end, we're going to be splitting the points straight down the middle. Goshen City FC 1. The Holland Strike Rovers 1. What do we make of that game, Theo?
Well, throughout the whole game, it almost seemed like it was going to end in a draw. And then at the very end, it didn't look like that. And then ultimately, it did. So,
that sums it up pretty well, right? Goshen, with the lion's share of the chances throughout the game, you really thought that they should have converted probably earlier.
Yeah.
And Holland, I mean, the shot count says it all. 24 shots for Goshen, 6 for the Holland Strike Rovers. But, I mean, really it doesn't matter how many shots you have if they don't go in. So you got to say that Goshen, they've got to work on some finishing this week. That's really all you can say. They dominated the game in every other way.
Yeah.
And Alejandro Porter Carrero coming on and saving the game in the dying minutes there. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you very much for joining us this evening from the Goshen City Soccer Complex. We really appreciate you tuning into the game. Goshen City 1, the Holland Rovers 1.
Goshen City is